Global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Hello, great people. Welcome back to Global How Things Today. We're so excited to have you again. One of the greatest battle and crisis going on in APC, and which is going to be a difficult one for Tinubu to solve, is actually in the Senate. Don't forget that there are a lot of positions which is meant to be shared accordingly, but it seems the SWest are not ready to give up for the Northerners to take up any position. And you're going to hear exactly what is currently going on, because the battle is getting very tough as the SWest do not want to be behind. At least their brother is the president of Nigeria, and being that he is the president, something very juicy should go to the SWest. But then the Northerners, because of it, may decide to shift backward. Let's hear the full details of what is brewing right now in the Senate House, especially among APC lawmakers. According to the news, some northern senators in the ruling All Progressive Congress APC have kicked against plans to select Senator Akpabio Bamidele as the majority leader of the 10th Senate. According to the senators, the push by some SWest lawmakers to fill the position would cause further disaffection in the already polarized red chamber. With lobbying intensifying for the leadership position in the upper legislative chamber, one lawmaker opened up that a precedent had also been set where the campaign coordinator of the Senate president is often named as the majority leader. He wondered why a senator with lesser cognitive experience was picked, calling on the APC National Working Committee to address the imbalance in the Senate, where members from the North were already feeling marginalized. It's been reported that Bamidele and Senator Aline Dume Borno South, who led Godswill Akpabio's campaign for Senate president, are battling for the Senate leader position. According to the lawmaker who opened up this way, these things he said that now I learned that they are pushing for Akpabio Bamidele for Senate leader. Bamidele is a junior senator who can't hold the red chambers together during any crisis. We know the director of Akpabio's campaign, and Bamidele was the deputy. When Ahmed Lawan campaigned and got the Senate president, it was the Director General of the campaign organization, Abdullahi Yahaya, that became the Senate leader. When Dume was campaign director for Saraki, he became the Senate leader. When Ndoma Egba was made campaign coordinator for David Mark, it was insisted that he should be the Senate leader. Now they say they want to make the deputy campaign coordinator the Senate leader. Even himself should not have started all this. It does not arise. So the only reason they are pushing him for the Senate leadership position is because he is a Yoruba, and they forgot that it was this same reason that made us to stand for Akpabio. If not for some of us, Akpabio would have lost the position. Even despite the fights that we put on, we escaped with how many votes? Only 17, and Yari needed only 9 votes to win. He got 46 already. And you know that at least there were more than 20 people that were in that Akpabio's camp because of some of us and not because of Akpabio. These are facts. Bamidele has never been in the leadership. Dume was a minority leader. He was a Senate leader. He led the campaign for Akpabio, and he is older than Bamidele in the National Assembly. Meanwhile, some senators have slammed Akpabio over the appointment of chief of staff and deputy to the Senate president. One of the lawmakers stated that Akpabio should not have appointed 2 Christians from the South as his chief of staff and deputy. He noted the existing practice is that the chief of staff to the Senate president and deputy are chosen from the North and South, and also reflects the 2 faiths. The lawmaker also accused the newly elected Senate president of being inaccessible a few days after his emergence. According to him, he said that is why he doesn't seek advice. How can he appoint chief of staff and deputy all from the south? The deputy should be from the north. He is creating problem for himself. If he had sought my advice, he would have taken his chief of staff from the south and deputy from the north. It is wrong. The northern senator was noted speaking. Right now, I think that the situation in Senate is going to tear the APC government apart. It's very glaring already because with the way the Northerners are coming, it clearly shows that they do not want to align with certain things which for them is foreign to Senate ruling. Now, looking at the situation on ground, my colleagues in the House, what do you think will possibly happen to APC now that their House is divided because of leadership position in the Senate?
The House has always been divided one way or the other. This is not really the first time. Just that we're going to probably see a different dimension of politics. Don't forget that Akpabio is a seasoned politician, but I'm really surprised because in the last dispensation, Buhari's dispensation, something like this played out. The Southerners would not do much, where every juicy and lofty position went to the went to the north. Yari in question that is, getting all upset and all that. I could also remember that he was still in that Senate and there was nothing wrong, literally, with the level of appointment, the level of elected positions. It was normal. In fact, if you thought, they would tell you the North have population and the North is the one, they know how to play politics, start still learning politics and all. And Bola Ahmed Tinubu is now coming to play. One wonderful thing about Nigeria is when you start a thing, the next dispensation will take it a notch higher. And you may not even have a way of stopping it. So when it all began, it was almost normal, was a norm for it to be like that. Now that Bola Ahmed Tinubu have decided to play it the way it is, because the truth is, Bola Ahmed Tinubu is now the president, at least for the night, those still contested. You don't expect him to carry the position that he ought to give to the southwest and give it to the north, because Buhari did the same thing. The position that was meant for the north, he gave it to the north. And though Nigerians were screaming and shouting, but then there was politics and nothing changed. So, except the whole North will come together and say they will impeach Akpabio, and I don't see that happening. Because this was exactly the same thing that played out during their time.
All right. And don't you think that if they refuse giving the Northerners these elective positions or appointments in the Senate, it may result to reasonable move of lawmakers from APC to PDP?
They want to move. Is it the first time we're hearing move? They shouldn't forget that this is the dispensation of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. If you move anyhow, you may lose your seat too. And there's some people waiting to collect that seat. So whatever it is they are moving is too sensitive. You're just being inaugurated now. If you port unnecessarily, you may lose your seat. And hey, in this country where everything and anything is possible, you'll be surprised. They say you move out of your seat. So everybody will. What I see rather is them playing internal politics just the way Wike did in PDP, yet working against PDP. That's what I probably will say here, where they'll be in APC, yet working against APC and Akpabio. But then let's see how it plays out. This is politics.
All right, that's where we'd like to leave it.